It's 3 a.m. The room is dark, silent, locked. Your body is exhausted. Your eyes burn. But your mind won't stop running. You check the clock. You close your eyes again. Nothing happens. There's no danger here. No predator in the shadows. No threat waiting outside the door. Yet something inside you refuses to power down, like a guard who never got the message that the war ended. Most people call this insomnia, a flaw, a malfunction. But what if it isn't broken at all? What if the very thing keeping you awake tonight is a survival system doing exactly what it was designed to do thousands of years ago? Here's what most people don't realize. The 8-hour, uninterrupted sleep we chase every night. It's not the ancient default. It might not be natural at all. Historical records from pre-industrial societies describe something different for sleep. And second sleep, separated by an hour or more of quiet wakefulness in the middle of the night. Anthropologists call this segmented or biphasic sleep. People would wake in darkness, sit with their thoughts, tend a fire, whisper to a partner, then drift back into rest. It wasn't insomnia, it was rhythm. Sleep, broken into pieces, with built-in windows to listen, to check, to survive the night in stages. And that rhythm existed for a reason. Deep, uninterrupted sleep was a liability, a predator moving through grass, a rival group approaching camp, a fire burning too low, too fast. In the ancient world, the humans who slept the deepest, most peacefully, most obliviously, often didn't survive to pass on that trait. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer groups like the Hadza of Tanzania and the Efe of Central Africa reveal something striking. Their sleep is light, fragmented, and polyphasic. Someone is almost always semi-alert, watching, listening, ready. This wasn't dysfunction, it was insurance. Hypervigilance kept ancestors alive long enough to reproduce, which means that jumpy, light-sleeping nervous system didn't disappear. It got passed down, generation after generation, straight into you. So here you are, locked door, controlled temperature, no predators, no rival tribes. Every physical threat your ancestors feared, engineered entirely out of your environment. But your brain doesn't know that. The same stress hormones that once flooded your ancestors' bloodstream at the snap of a branch in the darkness, cortisol, adrenaline still surge through you at 2 a.m. Except now the trigger isn't a predator. It's an unanswered email, a difficult conversation replaying on loop, a notification seen too late at night. The alarm system is identical. Only the threats have changed. Your biology is running ancient software in a modern world. And the mismatch between what your brain expects and what your environment actually is, the tension is what keeps you staring at the ceiling. The biology behind this is remarkable, and it runs deeper than most people imagine. Inside your brain sits the amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure with one relentless job: detect threats, flag danger, keep you ready. It doesn't clock out when you close your eyes. Neither does the brainstem's reticular activating system, an ancient neural network that researchers sometimes call the brain's Watchman, monitoring sound, movement, and environmental shifts, even while you sleep. These systems didn't evolve for comfort. They evolved for survival. Archaeological evidence suggests early humans slept in communal groups, bodies close, watches naturally rotating through the night. That proximity was protective. Someone was always lighter in sleep, always half listening. Modern humans sleep alone, or nearly so. That communal buffer is gone. But the watchman is still at his post, scanning for threats that never arrive, in a silence he simply doesn't trust. But the watchman isn't the only force working against you. Something else reshapes sleep entirely, and it happened surprisingly recently. Before artificial light, humans organized their rest around darkness. Night was long, sleep was segmented, and wakefulness between sleep cycles was unremarkable. Then came industrialization, electric light, factory schedules, the rigid demand that productivity begin at a fixed hour every single morning. Suddenly, sleep needed to be consolidated, efficient, 8 hours, unbroken on command. That expectation wasn't biological, it was manufactured. And with it came something new: sleep anxiety, the desperate, counterproductive pressure to perform unconsciousness perfectly, which of course makes sleep harder, not easier. The cruel irony is that our insomnia epidemic isn't purely a failure of biology. It's largely a failure of cultural expectations, colliding violently with a nervous system that was never designed to sleep the way modern life demands. So when your mind races at 3 a.m., it's not because you're broken. It's not a personal failing or a defect in your chemistry. It's an inherited survival algorithm reacting to a world it no longer recognizes. That vigilance kept your ancestors breathing through 10,000 dangerous nights. It's evolutionary memory, still running, still protecting you from threats that dissolved generations ago. You're not malfunctioning, you're remembering. Every night you lie awake in the dark, staring at nothing. You're touching something older than language, older than fire, older than cities, or calendars, or clocks. Sleep is not something you're failing at. It's proof. Proof of an ancient watchman still standing guard inside you, listening for danger in the silence, waiting for a threat that will never come. That restless mind isn't weakness, it's ancestry. And somewhere, deep in the biology you inherited, a part of you is still keeping watch, so the rest of you can survive another night.